All right, hello traders, future traders. It's been a while since I posted a video. The last video I did was the B strategy, and I did discuss on this strategy that I trade. This is just my something that I trade in the market and something that I look at over practice, lots of practice, and you know. So I'm just gonna show you guys a scenario on how I use the strategy. I just call it the V strategy, the V formation, because the market moves in waves, right? So basically, I do have the H1 chart up presently right now. I haven't traded for about 2 weeks and some days, right? I wasn't really in the mood or etc. So I know basically in terms of ranges, after ranges, price breaks out, right? So I think the last time I looked at a trade was somewhere on the 6th of May, and I actually lost that trade by this big wick here. And what had happened, I was not in the mood to trade, and I saw this previous day, which was Friday, and I don't really trade on a Friday that much, that often, so I saw this big candle and I'm like, whoa, that thing is huge. And I'm saying I would get in for the buy-in and it will continue Monday. And I'm like, I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm a trade when I get an opportunity that I can that I'm feeling more comfortable with. So this was on the 6th. I took a trade. I lost this trade, right? I just lost like 5% on my account. And Friday I didn't trade, so I missed this. I saw this thing go up Monday, and I'm like, wait, this thing really going up. I was like, okay, walk away from the computer, because I know after a nice run like this, I'm gonna stay away, wait for pullback, etc., etc. So that week I decided not to trade because I saw the market on Wednesday, which was the 12th. It make a lower high, and it was heading down, but I didn't see any structure when I look left to get back into a buying position. So I saw the consolidation, and I was expecting it to probably drop at this area, around this area here, which it did not. So I saw it go up. I didn't trade, right? So I'm saying, okay, I saw aggressive sells happen here, and I'm saying, like, okay, if price happen to go back to that area, I'm gonna get in for a sell, right? Instead I get in for the buy. So then it happened to be on the 14th, was Friday. I said, okay, price came back up here on a Friday, which I don't really trade on a Friday. Consolidated Friday, and on Monday, I saw Monday takes out Friday's high immediately. So I'm like, no, I can't get no V formation in terms of what I know, because the market is going to buy. So I'm like, okay, I need to check my economics calendar this whole entire week. I like to go in and check my economics calendar for my fundamentals and stuff for the week, to know what's coming up this week. So I'm like, okay, I saw Monday it already break Friday's high. So I'm like, okay, this Friday's high, Monday we stick it out. And I'm like, so okay, this V formation for me is definitely invalid. All right. So with my moving average, you know, I'm like, okay, price definitely going up. I did use the um 2021 moving average. I trade with that. So I'm like, okay, price is on the moving average. It's gonna go up and then it's gonna probably reverse. So I saw price shoot up past my V, my V formation, went up, and I'm like, okay, price needs to come back down to this supply or demand area, whatever you choose to call it, as some people would say, support. So I saw price came back down at this support. But the funniest thing is that I know it would have had to had a pullback. So on the 19th of May, we had some strong news in the market. So I'm going to show you that right now, presently, where I got in and I made for last week and this week. I took three trades, made like 100% returns on each trade. I like to take my million trade sometimes. All right, so let's share. So, all right, I think your screen sharing is paused. Why am I screen sharing is paused? Okay, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this screen sharing that I'm trying to do. Now you should see it. You should be able to see it. Screen 1, screen 2, share. So if you go to the economics calendar on Wednesday, you can go back, right? You can go back and set your dates over here and you can see it yourself. So on the 19th, of May, on the GBPs, it was good news, right? It was good news. So that means GBP is going to be strong, right? So let me go back to my next screen. Hope that you can see my Forex chart. All right, you guys should be seeing my chart now. Okay, you guys should be seeing my chart. All right, I'm sharing the screen. Bam. So on the 19th, I show you that the news, which is here's the 19th of May, the news was strong. So I'm like, that's interesting. That is interesting, So I said I'm gonna leave that trade that day because the news is strong and we need a pullback from this bull run because the market wouldn't just take off to go higher from my experience in the market. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait to see if I get a pullback. So that whole day just happened to be a pullback. And now I know that this would be New York session low. And we are also in we will put it in a support area. So when I look left, I saw bam, and we have New York's low. So I know that here had aggressive selling. So I know that GBP is strong. So what I did, Asia, right, was here, somewhere here, around there. And New York, sorry, London takes out Asia, and I saw it was above the moving average. I took the buy straight up to the aggressive, where the aggressive selling started, which was here. I was like, okay, cool. I made 100% returns on my account, right? I did make 100% return on that account. Here was the aggressive selling, but I came out at about before the market rollover, right? So I got like about 80 pips on that trade. I got like about 80 pips on that trade, right? About 80 pips from on the M15 time frame. So I also know that it had aggressive selling here, so price is back up there at this zone here. So I know that it would have had aggressive selling here. So what I did on the previous day, once price came back into that New York session, which was New York session was here, I saw price came back into it with the aggressive selling, and I sell it back to the bottom of the range. I hold it to the previous day, where it went back to the support, and I'm like, cool, this thing is like a damn video game, right? So that was Monday. I didn't trade that day because I was thinking of something I don't know what I was doing. That was this Monday, right? That was the 25th. So I'm like, okay. I saw price went back up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay out that one because that was aggressive selling. And Tuesday, it did the same thing. I was like, I could have made money, but I wasn't wrong. On Wednesday, I did not trade on Wednesday because I think somewhere that I had was to go. So I'm like, okay, Wednesday, didn't trade. But I saw price came back down on Wednesday. And when I said there is power sitting there because of news on the 19th where the buy took off. So my moving average, let's go on the M15 time frame, which was Tuesday on last week. I saw price went back. This would have been my New York session. I saw when Tuesday market open, price went down, went back up in the session, started to range, it was above my moving average. I took a buy. Reason why I took that buy is because on the 19th, there was power in the market from based on my experience in a ranging market, right? I took that buy, right? And I'm like, the buy happened so fast. I actually got out on this candle close exactly right here, which I should have held for a bit longer because this was like that was it. That was a double account right there. And I'm like, I think that was like about 60 pips, 60 something pips. When I got in on this one here, and this candle just shoots up, right? It was 63, 60, let's put it at 63 pips. Got in there, I was out because the reason why I was out because here had aggressive selling for me, and I thought that the market would reverse to go back down, but it did that on the previous day. Friday, I did not trade Friday. I don't really trade on a Friday. I'm looking into more Fridays and what I can do on a Friday, because I'm realizing that the market moves to a false direction during earlier on, and then the other direction it moves for the rest of the day. So that's something I'm looking at. All right. True Friday. A lot of people say Fridays are not a good time to trade. Why would you waste the day? I'm like, okay. And I'm just playing around with Fridays on my demo account, but I don't really trade on a Friday, because Fridays you have some serious moves. That's why I'm looking at Fridays. Watch Fridays, some serious move. So majority of the time on a Friday, you would have some serious moves. Every Friday, you have a serious move. So what I am speaking about earlier on in the session, it goes a fake direction, and during the course of the day, it goes the other direction, right? Friday goes one direction, and the other day it goes that direction. We had consolidation on this Friday, consolidation on this Friday, went one direction and then it goes the other direction. Friday, aggressive moves, and it went the other direction. So basically it went the direction and so forth. So Fridays does have some good moves depending on the currency pair that you are trading. So I do hope this video was helpful on what I'm speaking. So for example, on the 19th, with the big news on the GBPs, I remember I had that. I saw price went in a range for some days, and I know that that's money. So basically, I took that trade, and this week for me, as the market was in a ranging state, this was the 19th. Sorry, this was the 19th, and this is the 20th where the GBP trade happened, because there was power in the market, and this was Tuesday, this week on here. So I do hope that this video was helpful. I